Imagine someone took your expectations of gangster flick, stuffed them in the trunk of a '70s Chevy, drove into the desert, and torched them to the sound of a dusty surf rock track. Then they scooped up the ashes, poured them into a cocktail shaker, added a splash of Big Mac dialogue, 2 shots of adrenaline, a generous amount of blood, and gave it a good, hard shake. What came out tastes like moral decay, with a twist of madness and that uncanny feeling that you're not watching a movie, you're living inside it. Directed by someone with the rhythm of a jazz drummer and the humor of a slightly deranged philosopher. The dialogue? It's jazz for sociopaths. 2 hitmen debating burger names in Amsterdam. Not escape plans, not body disposal, just buns and sauce. It's absurd, it's brilliant, and you can't look away. Suddenly, you're convinced that behind every gunshot lies a poem. It's like if Mikhail Bulgakov wrote a script for Sam Peckinpah, but instead of the devil, you get Jules quoting the Bible like it's a death metal lyric. The whole film feels like a series of random events that somehow align like planets during an eclipse. You're not sure why you're watching, but you can't stop. It's not about plot. You can break it into 3 or 4 overlapping stories that collide like drunk neighbors in a stairwell. One guy accidentally blows someone's head off in a car. Another risks his life over a forgotten watch. A girl mistakes heroin for coke and flatlines, only to come back screaming with a needle in her chest. It reads like a teenager's fever dream, but shot with such swagger, you want to stand up and cheer. And yes, the style is everywhere. Oozing from the music, the clothes, the camera moves, the editing. But that's not all. What makes Pulp Fiction special is that it knows it's a movie, and it loves being a movie. It builds a maze with no exit because it knows you don't want to leave. You get a scene where 2 gangsters kill some college kids, and then Harvey Keitel shows up as Mr. Wolf to clean the mess like it's just another Tuesday in LA. The characters? Absolutely terrible people, and completely irresistible. They don't act like movie characters. They act like people who lost the script. Jules deciding to walk the earth feels like Moses after surviving 5 circles of hell. Butch goes from traitor to savior in a heartbeat. Part Rocky, part guy from your cousin's auto shop. And Vincent, poor Vincent, he dances with Mia, reads pulp novels in the bathroom, and accidentally shoots a dude in the face. He wouldn't work in any other film. But here, he falls like dominoes, with the grace of a tragic clown. As for meaning, there kind of is and kind of isn't. It's about choices with no consequences and consequences with no choices. About power you can't see but feel in every scene, like Marcellus Wallace, who barely speaks but owns the room. It's redemption without salvation. A world where sometimes it's easier to believe in miracles than to clean brains off a back seat. If Shakespeare wrote a comic book and sold it to Quentin Tarantino, this is what you'd get. A film where violence isn't a punchline, it's an aesthetic. Where every scene could be a poster. Where a milkshake becomes legend. And death comes quick, messy, and with a killer soundtrack. You don't watch Pulp Fiction, you inhabit it. For 2 hours, you're a guest at a mad masquerade where everyone pretends to know why they're there, but no one wants to leave. The plot? Just an excuse to have fun. It's like someone said, let's do everything wrong and make it perfect. Pulp Fiction isn't a film. It's a virus. Once it's in your brain, it stays. And you'll never watch movies the same way again.